There's no doubt about it. Virginia is one of the best states for roller coasters in the country. Whether you're a thrill junkie or just getting into coasters, Virginia has plenty of rides that you'll love. Today, I'll be counting down the top 10 roller coasters in the state of Virginia. Now, before I get started, keep in mind that these are my opinions and that I encourage you to go out and form your own. I have ridden the coasters at Busch Gardens countless times, but I've only been to Kings Dominion once. Unfortunately, the day that I visited, Flight of Fear, an indoor launch coaster, was closed, so I will not be ranking that attraction. Now, with all that said, let's get into the video. Number 10, Backlot Stunt Coaster. This is a fun family launch coaster located at Kings Dominion. The launch and helix are surprisingly intense, and I couldn't see anything in that quick indoor section. The drop exiting the indoor portion also gave a surprising pop of air. Overall, this is great for the families, but enthusiasts will also have a good time. Number 9, Tempesto. Tempesto is a Premier Rides Skyrocket 2. Many enthusiasts bash this ride for its excessive comfort collars when it just needs a lap bar. However, I'm not bothered by this, and although the ride is extremely short, it nevertheless provides some decent thrills. The launches are okay, nothing really special. However, the inline twist at the top gives amazing hang time, and is quickly followed by an exciting drop. So, even though it's over in a flash, Tempesto comes in at number 9. Number 8, Dominator. Dominator is a B&M floorless roller coaster at the front of the park in Kings Dominion. It has 5 inversions, including an enormous vertical loop, a cobra roll, and interlocking corkscrews. This ride is pretty smooth, but as the train travels through those corkscrews, it feels like it is going to fall apart. However, Dominator's first inversions and fun drop make up for this, which is why it has placed number 8 on my list. Number 7, Verbolten. Verbolten is one of those rides that just grows on you. Every time I ride this, I seem to enjoy it more and more. Now, it is best to ride this coaster if you know nothing going in, so if you are planning on going to BGW for the first time soon, I would recommend skipping ahead a bit. Spoilers in 3, 2, 1. It was manufactured by Zero and starts off with a few winding turns before you are thrust into the Black Forest. In this building, there is a surprisingly intense helix, many flashing lights and set pieces, and even a drop track. The drop track is a very unique element, and is only present on a few other coasters, including 13 at Alton Towers and Hagrid's at Islands of Adventure. After the drop track, you are launched out of the building and ascend to a grand height of 88 feet. You then dive back down to Earth and go through a few rapid-fire turns before hitting the brakes. Between its amazing theming and many surprises, Verbolten is definitely worthy of a spot on this list. Number 6, Alpengeist. This monster inverted coaster provides amazing thrills. This is currently my favorite invert, and it towers over the park at a height of 195 feet. It's themed to a runaway ski lift and has a huge curved drop. It follows this up with 6 inversions. These are an Immelman, which is like a half loop, a vertical loop, a cobra roll, a 0G roll, and a corkscrew. All of these inversions are great, except for one. That cobra roll is very whippy and bashes your head on the hard over-the-shoulder restraints. It ends with a helix and snowy trenches before returning to the station. Despite the cobra roll, this is still a fun ride, and I make sure to ride it every time I go to Busch Gardens. Number 5, Racer 75 at Kings Dominion. Racer 75 proves that stats aren't everything. It is only 85 feet tall and 56 miles per hour. It also has a very simple out and back layout. However, it is just pure fun and will have you laughing the whole time. From the racing aspect to the Airtime Hills to the tunnel at the end, this ride doesn't have a bad moment, and in my opinion deserves to be number 5 on my list. Number 4, Griffon. Griffon is a B&M dive coaster at Busch Gardens, Williamsburg. Now, I know, another dive coaster, blah blah blah. Many say that they are one-trick ponies, and that is true. However, that one trick is incredible. Looking down at that 90-degree drop is an experience like no other. The restraints allow you to float up out of your seat on these drops, too. The 2 Immelmans are fun and give great hang time. There are also little pops of airtime into the splashdown and into the brake run. love it or hate it, Griffon comes in at number 4. Number 3, Apollo's Chariot. This is a B&M Hyper, which means it has a height or drop of over 200 feet, so it's tall. This uses the terrain to its advantage, dropping down into trenches and ravines. The drop is really fun, and the Airtime hills give a decent floater. At the end, there are a couple moments of ejector, when you are sharply thrown from your seat with those small bunny hops. Elite Hyper or not, Apollo's Chariot is my favorite ride at Busch Gardens and is near the top of this list. Number 2, Twisted Timbers. Twisted Timbers is the only RMC I've ridden besides Steel Vengeance, and it really makes me want to experience their other creations, like Lightning Rod and Twisted Cyclone. The barrel roll drop is very unique, and those 3 back-to-back Airtime hills are my favorite part of the ride. The other 2 inversions, the cutback and the 0G roll, are also whippy and a blast. If you're looking for a pure fun ride, check out Twisted Timbers at King's Dominion. And finally, number 1 is Python Pit. Now this is a coaster. It has the airtime, the height, the speed, the length. It is incredible. Found it. So, the real number 1, Intimidator 305. Intimidator 305 is an Intamin Giga coaster known for its intensity. I had a very hard time deciding between this and Twisted Timbers for number 1, but in the end, I chose this. You start off with a fast cable lift, which takes you to a height of, you guessed it, 305 feet. You descend a steep drop and make a 270-degree turn. I grayed out every time and blacked out once. The rest of the ride consists of rapid-fire turns, and when you reach the station, you are in shock. Though it may not be everyone's cup of tea, I love intense rides, and Intimidator 305 certainly delivers. There were many roller coasters that did not quite make the list, including Loch Ness Monster, Avalanche, and Invader. Also, I'm sure when Pantheon opens, I think that will be in the top 3 for sure. So, this was my ranking of some of the best roller coasters in Virginia. Do you agree or disagree? Tell me how you would rank some of Virginia's coasters, or if you've never been, which ones you are most excited for. Thanks for making it to the end of the video. Be sure to like, share, and subscribe, and I'll see you all next time.